You sent us your commander deck.
And we picked 4 of them. Each of them already won 25 euros. But we're gonna play with Tomer from MTGGoldfish, and the winner gets a flat 100.
Let's get into it. So Tomer, you choose who goes first. Who sends someone 100 euro? And who just has Eternal Shame?
I already know which one's mine. I'm gonna go first because... Damn.
Oh, yeah, man. Congratulations.
Oh no, it was very close.
It's fine, I'm just gonna go last instead. The hubris, the immediate punish.
Let's draw.
Let's go.
Wait. 3, 2, 1.
Clash on!
Yuri, today we are getting you the grand prize because yes, everyone at home, we are playing a deck with 77 lands in it. Now, you think, how do you win with lands? Well, for one, Cultivator Colossus is pretty good. Also, we have Merit Lash that we can copy with Thespian Stage. We're running the Tabernacle of Pendle Veil to wipe the board sometimes. I can win with Maze's End by assembling enough gates. And if people see me start to assemble gates and want to take me down, we'll have Constant Mists to fog every turn. This deck is awesome.
My deck today was sent in by Ben and is commandeered by Jolene, who works really well with treasures because she grants me an additional treasure for every time I create any amount of treasures. She also incentivizes me and my opponents to attack my opponents by rewarding us with a treasure each time we do, so hopefully they'll attack each other, and I can sacrifice 5 treasures to put 5+1/+1 counters on Jolene.
Today I'm playing Yawgmoth, and Yawgmoth is such a strong deck because A, it's mono black, so you have kind of everything. You have good creatures, good removal, good board clear, you know. But also we are a secretly very powerful combo deck. We only need Yawgmoth and 2 other creatures that have Undying, which we have plenty of, and then we loop, draw a lot of cards, and eventually they're just gonna cave in because, well, we have way too many resources.
I'm super stoked about my deck. This is an Essex Simic tokens deck. It's all about making a bunch of tokens and making them copies of the best creatures on the battlefield. This is also a budget deck that I'm super excited about. It's only 36 euros, so thank you so much, Gabrielle, for sending it. So I'm really excited for how it goes. I think we're gonna go slow and steady and then ramp out Essex and then win the game from there.
I'll play a tap land and pass the turn.
I will draw. I will play a Gaunt Gate. It says that gates I control enter the battlefield untapped. I'm used to seeing the word tap and thinking that it enters tapped, but no, it specifically tells me it enters untapped.
Basically everything now is untapped.
Yeah, but I can only tap for colorless right now unless I add another gate, and then it taps for mana of any color gate.
That's
It's one of the
really
best
good.
gates in your deck.
Yeah.
Gates not?
How do you know what's in my deck?
I know that command.
Oh, very good. Okay, it's true. We
There's
have an
only a
expert.
finite amount of gates in Magic.
I will go.
Yes.
I will play a Swamp and an Expedition map. Did you know that the card won a Pro Tour?
In the hands.
Pretty good.
Good.
We'll never know. I'll draw a card. I will play a Temple of Mystery. Enter battlefield tap. I get to scry 1. No. Bottom. Ta-da. All done.
I will untap. I'll draw. I'll play a Shinka. And then I'll cast Magda, Brazen Outlaw. Other dwarves I control get +1/+0. Currently 0 other dwarves available. Whenever a dwarf I control becomes tapped, I create a treasure token, and I can sacrifice 5 treasures to search my library for an artifact or a dragon, put it onto the battlefield, and then shuffle my library.
Seems quite good.
That's very good.
See, this is great because we don't usually play with commander players, so we don't have a
you're
good
just
gauge
like, oh, yeah,
of what's
I'm sure.
good or not. Yeah, we just get beaten, stomped by it later. But now we just stare at Tomer every time a card lands on the table.
Tomer's like playing us like puppets.
If I sweat more, it means the card is better.
Terramorphic Expanse? Oh no! I will draw. I will play a Field of the Dead. Now, I know that in Constructed this is a powerful card, but let's look at Tomer.
It's incredibly good. It's
okay.
one of the best lands in the entire format.
Oh, excellent.
This is a great start.
I don't know if he's just being a wonderful actor or not. I will
The
pass.
comment section can back me up.
I'll play Phyrexian Tar, which I can sacrifice a creature for to add 2 black. Now, unfortunately, I don't have creatures right now, but I play a Bitter Blossom at home, which basically gives a zombie army token each turn.
Well, or it grows the previous army.
Yeah,
That's a card.
that's why it's from home.
Live Tomer reaction.
And
It's a card.
if your army is big
That's not
enough, it
bad.
gains lifelink.
Yes, but I assume
That's gonna be a couple turns away. Just a few.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to play a Colony Garden. Enters the battlefield tapped, taps are green, and most importantly, it makes a token, a plant token.
That's a very good popper card.
Oh, I can imagine.
Fantastic.
How good of a commander card is it?
It is a commander card.
I can't wait to live on the stroke for the entire video. The video is like 5 hours long.
It's just us
Analysis.
rating commander cards.
Yes.
But you get a full analysis
It's
of
Homer
every
scale.
card played.
You know how like LSV does for a draft? He does every single time rating it? This is my rating. It's a card.
Perfect. I'll untap. I'll upkeep. I will draw. I will go to combat. Anyone free to take the hit? Carl, I'm sorry.
You didn't shot not.
We're not playing the same game.
I didn't understand the
I'll
game.
attack Carl for 2, but most importantly, I get a treasure token.
Foolish.
I will follow that up with an Idol of Oblivion. Now, that one is a 2-mana artifact. I can tap it to draw a card, but only if I created a token this turn. Or for 8 mana, I can sacrifice it to create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token.
How
I have to
convenient.
choose between the 2 abilities. For now, I'll use the first one. I'll tap it
Oh, good.
to draw a card.
I was really afraid of an Eldrazi.
I'll play another tap land, in this case a Sheltered Thicket, and pass the turn.
I will drop a turn, and I feel like I put myself in a position where I'm not as scary, so I'll play a card. I know I played the scary Field of Dead, so I'll play a worse card in Commander now. I heard it's not so good. In Constructed, this is terrible. I will play a Ristic Study, which is an enchantment, and whenever an opponent plays a card, I don't know what this does, wait. You can draw a card unless they pay 1.
Won't you?
My turn.
Yes.
Okay, I will untap. I will go to 39.
You will.
I will write an armory, and it is a 1/1.
Beautiful.
And then we draw for our draw step.
Yes.
I will play a Blast Zone, which needs a counter. And then I will pay 4 mana.
This is the moment where you decide how Tomer plays. Is it a 3-mana spell or a 4-mana
My
spell?
zombie army. To play
Your actions have reactions.
a Nest of Scarabs.
Uh,
I have 1 black floating.
What will you do with it? You have a risk activity trigger on the stack.
Are you asking me to pay the 1? I will pay the 1.
oh, okay. That's okay.
So, whenever you put 1 or more -1/-1 counters on a creature created that many 1/1 black insect creatures.
So what you're saying is this basically goes pseudo-infinite.
I didn't say anything. You said that.
Yeah, I did.
And you said that I was going to draw a lot of cards?
I don't draw anything. Nobody needs to pay. Nobody needs
Nobody
to get
asked.
scared.
Nobody asked me any questions. when
I
he's
don't
doing
have an
it.
0-1 plan and complain about that one.
All right, I'm going to take my turn. I'm gonna draw a card.
That's scary.
I'm
You just
going-
drew a card.
Yeah.
Right, that's terrible.
That's the
How
thing
will we
that
ever let
Toffel
that
paid 1 mana to prevent.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, watch and learn. You have a Maya Coast.
You're taking it damage.
I take a damage. No, I'm not even doing that. I'm passing.
Oh, that's
Big
kinda,
turn.
That's kind of scary.
Scary, or I had a 3-drop that I'm not casting.
I don't know. I'm used to Constructed where if people pass with 3 mana, 2 of which are blue, they
Your
always
spell's
have a counter spell.
He should be afraid.
I'll draw. I'll play a Minds of Moria, which enters untap, which is very convenient because I have a legendary creature, so it enters untap. For 4 mana, I can exile 3 cards from my graveyard to create 2 treasure tokens. Although, right now, I don't have any cards in my graveyard. And hopefully it'll stay that way because all of my creatures are healthy and...
They'll live forever.
Oh, that looks. Did you see how healthy that looks?
That's the healthy
Top
dance.
shape. Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Tomer, you won't counter my commander, will you?
I'll think about it.
Please don't. That'd be mean.
I wouldn't be mean.
Yeah, see?
I want to be friends.
Yeah, I agree. I'll cast Jolene.
Yamin, I'm really sorry. But will you?
Oh. Will you counter it if I do?
No, he's gonna ask your question.
I don't counter anything.
Okay.
No, will you pay the 1?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
All right,
Except for one
so
person.
Jolene resolve. I'd like to head to combat.
Ding!
Sorry, Tomer, you gotta take a hit here, unless you block.
I love my plants.
All right, so
take
instead,
two.
I get 1 treasure token for Magda, 1 treasure token from Jolene, but both of those triggers resolve individually. So all in all, that's 4 treasure tokens. Dang!
That's
I'm rich.
pretty
Wow.
good.
And then, I guess, before I pass the turn, I need to draw a card. with the Idol of Oblivion. That's it.
That's a problem.
No worries. I'll only use my treasure for good.
We're dragons.
Yeah, let's see about the dragons.
There's probably none in his deck. I'll draw.
All the dragons are good dragons, so that's fine.
I will play Dark Depths. It enters with 10 ice counters on it. At any time, I may pay 3 and remove an ice counter of it. And if there are no longer any ice counters on it, I sacrifice it. If I do, I create Marit Laz, a legendary 20/20 black avatar creature token, flying and indestructible.
Carl,
Yes.
what kind of maniac, I'm not talking about the card, puts 10 dice this way? Like 10 counters?
I agree.
This is 10.
Yeah, I mean, could I interest
Would you interest me in 6 other dice?
I'm actually also surprised Carl did that.
How about this? Is it this? This
Actually,
is also 10.
would you mind giving me 6 other dice?
Wait, what's going on here?
I'm doing it the proper way. Thank you very much.
Does anybody have a D20?
Just saying, could you say in this camera that you're on your free will and you're not being harmed by anything?
I'm not blinking twice.
This is the only way.
This is
Honestly,
proper.
even that is better than a 6 and a 4. Who
You are
puts a
mad.
6
I will
and
pass
a
the turn.
4?
Made sense to me.
In my upkeep, I will lose a life. I'll put an army to play
That's pretty good.
and then draw a card. I will sacrifice my poor zombies. They're just fodder for mana.
That's what they're there for.
To cast a demonic.
Dog?
Yes,
I'm really
Good
sorry.
card.
Will you pay the 1?
I will pay them. I will get an Orbit, which is very good for you.
You didn't need to tell us. Also, yes. Now, joke's on you. This taps for mana.
I was thinking at least you don't.
What is that?
At least you can't tap it with all the dice, but now that I played an Orbit. Yeah, joke's on me. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, bye.
All right, fine. Let's have fun.
This speed is sick.
Boris, Carl, you got my favorite permanent on the battlefield. Attack you with the plant token that apparently doesn't have defender. Which means
Jolene is really proud of that plant token.
Jolene doesn't care about combat damage, just cares about
You get a
attacking.
treasure.
I get a treasure. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And you don't get anything for that?
No,
Oh.
I'm just rewarding Tomer.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, you wouldn't attack, like, you would just focus me instead.
Right.
No. It's a group hug. I'm going to pay 3 mana, and I'm going to cast Llanowar Tribe. It's 3 Llanowar elves stapled together. So they tap for 3 green, and they're 3/3s.
Oh, wonderful. Card advantage.
And guess what? The 1. There you go. For you.
Thank you.
And then I pass.
All right. I'll untap.
So many permanents.
So many permanents. And I will draw. Oh, yes. Oh.
Oh no. Danger.
I was thinking, I want to draw this card. You'll see.
Luckily, this might be a short video.
Yeah.
I'll play a Darksteel Citadel.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking if Yaman drew a Darksteel Citadel right now.
Now it's over.
And I don't want to make too many enemies. Unfortunately, Toffel,
I will kill it.
Will you pay the one doing it?
I'll go to combat.
That worked?
I'll go to combat. And I'll attack Toffel with Magda.
I can't kill it. Okay.
Bluff called.
I go to 36.
But
But
I get a treasure because a dwarf was tapped, so I get 2 treasures because of Jolene. And then I get a treasure because I attacked an opponent, but I get 2 treasures because of Jolene.
yeah.
Jolene.
Jolene. And then I don't need to sacrifice 5 treasures to get an artifact or something. First, I'll draw a card. No, this one's better. I had the most absurd sequence of draws. I'll tap 5, I'll pay an extra 3, and I'll cast Warp World. Each player shuffles all permanents they own into their library and then reveals that many cards off the top of their library. Each player puts into play all artifact, creatures, and lands. And then afterwards you put in all enchantments. Everything else gets put under your library.
Do you pay the 1?
No.
What?
I was fine with everything up until that point.
Okay.
You had so many permanents.
I have always wanted to play with Warp World. I so rarely played with Warp World in Magic, and it's such a fun card. So I got 5 lands, and I'll lose 2 life for the Stomping Ground. I've got myself a bunch of creatures,
Oh, wow.
some of which have triggers. A Noble Purse, which immediately enters with 3 coin counters on it and tapped. A Doubling Season, an Embercleave, and a Descent into Avernus.
That's pretty good.
Not a bad turn. I have 4 lands, including a Hall of the Storm Giants. I will take 2. And I have an Oracle of Muldiah, so I'll play with the top card in my library revealed, and I can play lands from the top of my library.
Hey, I have 3 lands, including a Coffers.
Nice.
But I have an Expedition map, so I basically have the thing again. I have a Vindictive Vampire, which is a Blood Artist, a Necroskater, and this spell. They
Put on the bottom of your library.
Alright, it's gone.
On.
And that was my next turn.
All right, I got 3 lands, including
It's back!
The Calling Garden!
It's back. My baby's back. So that's gonna make a token. And then I have 2 creatures. This is gonna make me draw 2 and discard 2. And then these 2 are instant and sorcery, so they're gonna go to the bottom.
Okay. I feel like this was a lot better for one of us.
Yes. I think the person who cast it had an idea for it.
Alright, are there any triggers?
There are triggers. First, I'd like to attach my Embercleave to my Professional Facebreaker. And then I deal 1 damage to target opponent for each artifact that enters the battlefield under my control, which will be Embercleave, the Noble's Purse, and the Great Furnace. I'll pick 1 each.
Oh,
Oh, you can do that.
Yep, it's a
Spreading the love.
separate trigger for each. And then finally, I also have a Dockside Extortionist, which I expected you to blow up the board with artifacts and enchantments to get a bunch of treasures, but right now I would only get 1 treasure.
I was second.
That's really unfortunate.
Send a message.
No treasures for me.
So I feel like it's Groundhog Day because, oh god, an overwork again.
oh.
Nice.
And then finally, your Champion of Wits trigger
Yes, I get to
be resolved.
draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards. So 1, 2, and then we will. Yep. We are going to discard a force and a force.
Oh.
All right.
End of turn.
No. Carl. That's not the end of my
That
turn.
wasn't enough?
I'd like to cast for 2 mana. So first up, this thing has haste and it has awesome combat abilities, but I already had my combat this turn.
Oh.
That's a shame. Ooh.
I'll cast an Innkeeper.
With it on the stack.
Yes. No.
I noticed that you hid your Doubling Season very well.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Would you like to give Doubling Season a read?
now Doubling Season is a nice card that says if an effect would create 1 or more tokens under my control, it creates twice that many tokens under my control instead. And then if an effect, should I stop reading now because you Urberg my
Does it
Doubling
do something when it dies?
It doesn't. Oh.
That's a beautiful Boseiju you have there.
I would like to besiege you your Doubling Season.
Alright, it's in the graveyard and I get to look for a basic land type. I got myself an untapped forest off of the Boseiju. Now the Innkeeper resolves, giving me 1 treasure token instead of 2.
Seems disappointing.
The treasure token entering the battlefield of course triggers my Hedron Detonator again, so I'll deal 1 damage to Carl.
That's fair. I deserve that.
And then for final act of this turn, I will cast everyone's favorite Fable of the Mirror Breaker.
Oh.
Yep.
So this one enters with 1 counter and creates 1 token.
Good.
And with that being said, I feel like my turn was still quite successful. I do gain 1 more life off the token entering the battlefield.
That was a pretty good turn. All right.
I loved it! It was a Warp World kind of turn. It was so good. Go ahead.
I'll untap. I'll draw. I'll reveal the top card. I can play it because it's a land. I'm so lucky. It's a command beacon. Sacrifice command beacon. Put your commander into your hand from your command zone. Why would you want to do that?
Because then you don't need to pay the extra tax.
I'll play this wasteland from the top of my library. Do you have anything scary?
I don't.
Oh, you do.
There's a Kessig Wolf Run is
I played constructed.
There's cable coffers on
Right
the board.
now, I can't tap it and it wouldn't make mana.
True.
Would you like to choose the
Oh
stronger
no,
land?
I can give
don't
this
have
here.
to
This is
use
okay.
it.
I don't have to use it.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yes.
And I will draw. Oh, cool. I will play the Orbard. I will tap 2 mana and my coffers for 4 mana. and I will play a Sword of the Animist, which is an equipment. It gives +1/+1, and when a creature equipped attacks, I get a basic land for my library.
Do you pay the one
Oh,
additional mana required in addition to one more mana to equip it?
that's a Yaman joke if I've ever heard one.
I will equip it for the 2 mana, and then I would like to go to combat, and you get attacked by a vindictive vampire,
Very vindictive. If it's still attacking Tomer after what I've done.
and I will get a swamp, and now
Actually, no plus.
Oh,
I'll take a take.
3 actually. That was my turn. You go.
All right. Untapping. Drawing. Okay. Islands. And I'm going to have to deal with this side of the board a little bit. You have treasure producers. You have a lot of damage, but
I will
at
protect
least
you.
I don't think I can survive either way. So I'm going to start cutting you off on card advantage. So I'm going to tap 4 mana, and I'm going to cast Curse of the Swine, where X equals 2. I'm going to exile 2 target creatures. It's going to be the Professional Facebreaker and the Hedron something something.
If I still had my doubling season, I would receive 4 boars.
That would have been amazing. But you get 2. That's pretty good. They're exiled, and they get 2 cute little green board
I
boards.
guess I do.
And that's it. I'll pass.
Love to hear that. Now, I'll untap, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I put 2 descent counters onto Descent into Avernus, and all of us take 2 damage. That's not so nice.
even yourself.
Even myself.
Wow.
But all of us also create X treasure tokens. So I get 2 treasures, you get 2 treasures, Toffel gets 2 treasures,
Everybody gets
Carl gets 2 treasures.
What a
I'm
day.
rich. And after drawing, I get a counter on the Fable of the Mirror Breaker. And I get to discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. But
He doesn't want to. Are the cards so good? There's nothing to discard.
I feel like I've grown emotionally attached to
Your
them. I
hand,
think,
your 6 cards are so good.
I don't know, okay, maybe this one isn't so good. I'll discard a Hellkite Tyrant, which it gains control if it deals damage to
It's
you.
okay.
Yeah.
It's gone. You don't dwell on the past.
And I'll draw 1 replacement card. I'll play a Treasure Vault, and I will head to combat. I would like to give Cavern Horde Dragon a read here.
Okay.
Because it has Flying, Trample, Haste, and when it deals combat damage to a player, I create a treasure token for each artifact that player controls. And with this cute little dragon, I'd like to attack Toffel. And with this cute little Goblin Shaman token, I'd like to attack Carl. First, I'll create a treasure off this trigger. Now, there's a trigger on the stack, Toffel. It's for me to create 3 treasure tokens.
Yeah.
Would you like to respond to that trigger in any
I'll
way?
pay the 1.
That's not
Well done.
That's not how it works.
That's all I do.
So I get 3 treasure tokens.
Yes.
So I'll cut this short. In total, I've got 7 treasure tokens now.
Oh, you.
And honestly, it was so fun the last time.
No.
No.
No, not quite. But I'll sack all of my 7 treasure tokens to cast a Genesis Wave for X equals 11.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
Would you like to give that card a read?
I reveal the top 11 cards of my library. I may put any number of permanent cards with mana value 11 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield into your graveyard.
We're in danger.
Uh-oh.
May I?
I'll allow it.
Oh, it's the Reckless Fireweaver. Whenever another artifact enters the battlefield under my control, it deals 1 damage to each opponent.
So this one only targets you.
No, it targets each opponent.
it does say each opponent. All right, let's check out the other cards. All right, so I'll put this Genesis Wave away. There's a Pain Distributor. Whenever a player casts their first spell each turn, they create a treasure token, and whenever one of you sacrifices an artifact or loses an artifact, the Pain Distributor deals 1 damage to you. Then there's a Kuldrotha Forge Master that can sacrifice 3 artifacts to tutor another artifact out of my library. There's a Goldspan Dragon that when it attacks or becomes targeted, I create a treasure token, and treasures I control can sacrifice for 2 mana. There's an old Copper Dragon that whenever it deals combat damage to one of you, I roll a d20 to create that many treasure tokens. There's the Glittermonger that creates treasure tokens for tapping. There's a Treasure Map, a classic, And then there's a bunch of lands, one of which being an artifact land. So in total, there were 3 artifacts that just entered the battlefield. I'll make that 4 by tapping the Noble's Purse and creating a treasure token. So that's 4 damage to each of you. Honestly, that was really fun.
It was.
It wasn't.
I'll keep up my mana for additional tricks and pass the turn.
Do you have tricks?
Of course I do.
But those are only for kids.
They are.
Oh. Now you can wasteland all of his lands.
I'm gonna play a Crawling Baron.
No, Carl.
No, don't. I don't deserve the hug, Yaman. I'm gonna play in all his stuff.
No!
I've seen you put permanents on the board, and every time I felt worse.
Why did I hug you?
I don't know. I didn't deserve it.
So we sacrifice each colored permanent?
Yes.
I have a trigger. Each opponent loses 1 life. And I get 1 life.
Popping off over here.
Calm down.
Calm down there. But it's not actually that bad for you because you get to keep the Cold War as a
Actually-
Forge Master.
First things first,
I'm the red.
I will... And I'll make almost the whole world feel it because you get a treasure token because this was your first spell this turn.
Oh.
Beautiful. You get rewarded for that
did.
good play. Look at this board, it's so clean now.
Yeah, right?
The board does look a lot better.
This is mostly for the visual appeal.
Yeah.
I will play Bajukabok.
I wonder whose graveyard is going to be exiled.
Sorry, Yaman.
What?
Oh.
I say rhetorically.
It's so large. And I will pass a turn to Tolf.
Don't forget, all your lands make black mana, if that's relevant.
Thank you.
Whoa, that's great. Do we have remove for that?
Define we.
I have removal for it.
That's good. Could you get rid of that for me? That'd be
Can I
great.
get rid of the code?
Because then he could activate it next turn to up
Very
any artifact.
slowly, if I play this and get played Baseju and get a bounce land, I can. It'll take a while. Oh, we can do this next turn. Nah.
I will tap for 5. And I will cast Ayara. When Ayara or another black creature enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. I have 2 mana floating. So I will use 4 and 1 of the treasures to cast Yagmoth's Vile Offering because I do have a legendary creature.
Oh no.
Put up to 1 target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. I will choose your champion of this.
That was a good card.
And destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, you did it. All right, where did it go? No targets.
No target available.
Then this one is exiled. Bye. And I will get to loot 2. And I will discard a black market and a contagion clasp. And that was it.
Not bad, not bad.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, untapping. Drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a card. All right, I'm going to pay 3 mana, and I'm going to cast Risen Reap.
That is a card.
Yes. Whenever it or another elemental enters the battlefield under your control, you look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it into the battlefield tap. If you don't, you just put it into your hand. I put it in my hand. And then I'm also going to follow it up with 1 and sacrifice a treasure. Coiling Oracle. When it enters the battlefield, reveal the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, you put it into your hand. Mazes and Runners. This is not a land, so it's going to go. It's also 8 mana. I have 5.
You have ways of getting there.
Yeah, and that's it. I pass.
At end of turn, I'll activate my treasure mat. I'll scry 1. Ooh. Keep that. That one might come in useful. Gets a counter. I'll untap. I'll draw a mystery card. I will cast for 2 mana a Gala Greeter. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under my control, I choose 1 that hasn't been chosen this turn. Oh, my reading comprehension stopped at choose 1. I thought this card was gonna be bonkers. It's still gonna be good. I'm gonna tap 9 plus 1 more, 10 mana.
That sounds like it's gonna be good.
To cast Primal Surge. I exile the top card of my library. If it's a permanent card, I may put it onto the battlefield. If I do, repeat this process.
God.
Do you have a lot of permanents?
He probably
like you
does.
do.
I already cast Genesis Wave and Warp World.
Primal
Well,
Surge.
I'm guessing those are probably like the only ones, right? Because
I don't quite remember.
Genesis Wave
Can you
works if you have
stop?
lots of permanents.
I can't stop.
Okay. Give us a right.
Let's see.
Let's roll. Well, let's roll. First one with.
Timeless Witness. The One Ring. Raging Ravine. Gorogoro, Student of Rusai.
Probably.
Yeah.
A Mountain. Mines of Moria, which enters untapped because there's a legendary on the board. The Shinka, we've already seen that one this game.
Yeah.
Inventor's Fair. A Swashbuckler Extraordinaire. A Grove of the Burn Willows. A Rogue's Passage.
You'll need that.
An
More haste.
An Urbrask that grants all of my creatures haste. A Glowing Dwarf's Emissary.
Do you think it'll ever end?
We might have a problem.
A Viridian Revel.
Very nice.
A Krabby Giant. It's not a Krabby Giant, it's a Grabby Giant. Over the top. Aw.
You whiffed.
You whiff.
I whiffed.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
I don't know how you could possibly win. You might as well just pass the turn.
Now,
You have some triggers, I think.
I have some triggers. This card, the over the top, is exiled. The Primal Surge goes to the graveyard. There's not a lot of other like things triggers. I get a treasure token here.
You get
And
from Galley
I get
Greeters.
a tapped treasure token from the Greeters. The Greeters do get a counter, and I gain 2 life. So the Timeless Witness will get myself back a Kuldotha Forge Master. And then, you know what? I haven't seen my commander in a while. So I will cast Jolie.
You can't sing it. We don't have the rights to the song. We don't want to demonetize the video. I'm sorry.
I do have to mention, I tapped out of green, so you gain 1 life
Oh,
each.
great.
And then I'll head to combat. Tomer, you know what? You don't look so threatening.
Oh, that's kind of an insult.
I'll attack you because you don't.
I'll take it, I guess.
These creatures will attack Toffel, and these creatures will attack Carl. Now, with this thing, there's a few triggers on the stack. Whenever I attack, I may sacrifice any number of treasure tokens. Oh, also this also attacks Toffel. Huh?
Yay.
I may sacrifice any number of treasures. With that on the stack, first, I gain two treasures because I attack, because of Jolene, and then I'll gain 2 more treasures because of the Noble Purse. Very noble. And thus, I think I'll just sacrifice all 7 of my treasures. Note that it doesn't say it has to be an untapped treasure, so the one from Gala Creatures does work, to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures double strike.
I love how it just looks like someone knocked your deck over on your
Oops.
Okay. Can you block? No. So Carl, you take whatever it is. So I will block Oroblast, and then I take 2, 6, 10, 18.
I guess you do.
Alright. Then this dies to your burger.
Okay, it's back.
We survived. Yay!
Yay!
We got him on the ropes.
Yeah.
Now we just finish him off.
I feel like
Fatality.
that was a pretty good turn.
Go
ahead.
What did we say? We said B+ last time?
Yeah,
This one's at least a solid A-.
yeah, that's very good.
I will draw the Crucible of Worlds. I will channel attack Unuma, bring back my Oracle of Moldiah to my hand, play it, reveal the top card of my library.
Popping off.
Oh, I can't play it. I can't play it.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oracle isn't
Oh
that
no,
good.
I'm so close to saving us, friends!
Also, that enters tapped.
I will sack the 3 treasures to play Crucible of Worlds, allowing me to play lands from my graveyard. I will therefore play this Beseiju, and then play Gilgari from my hand.
Whoa.
Bring
That's
back
a
the Beseiju!
combo!
Oh, big plays!
Now you're thinking of bounce lands.
Yes. Yes. It's your turn, Dalal.
Carl, if you attacked one of my opponents, you would have gotten a treasure token.
Unfortunately.
I might do that.
Alright, guys. I think I can save us all.
You can save us all.
What?
With
You
your
got a board
5 lands?
Don't touch my
Board
board.
right?
I can make everything disappear.
Okay, I
No,
doubt.
this just sounds
Can you draw from the top of my
philosophical.
library?
I will place one.
Okay,
I
that's a
will
good plan.
tap the coffers for 6 mana.
Okay.
I will play my commander. Yagmoth. Yeah.
Oh wait, are we all dead?
Well, I said I can make everything disappear.
You meant us!
I meant everything. Nothing happens, right, when you end the battlefield? No. I will play a Butcher Skull, which
No.
you're all seeing this from the wrong side. It's yay.
So Tomer, this is a modern combo.
Oh, this is also a commander combo.
Oh, the two worlds unite.
So now we enter the unfortunate part. All right, because black creatures enter the battlefield, all of you lose 2 for both, and I gain 1 life twice, so 2. So all of you lose 2. I will gain 2. This is gonna be really poetic, I tell you. I will cast Diabolic Intent, which lets me sacrifice a creature.
That's a pretty steep cost.
Right? Then it comes back.
Oh, not such a steep cost.
I will drain for 1, and then I will tutor. I will get a Jareth Mission, which costs 3 and wins the game. I will tell you why. Unfortunately, I only have 2 more.
I'll have to.
No.
Yes, so I cannot win this turn. Except
No, Toffel.
because of Jaden's commander.
It's a group hug card. It's not a group everyone dies card.
I will attack you, Carl, and I will make myself a treasure.
Jolene, stop.
Julian's got to give the treasure away.
Stop, don't do it.
I am begging of you. Please
I want
give me a
Toffel to
treasure.
win.
Is that allowed?
That's okay.
Yes, I made a treasure. So I will sacrifice both treasures.
I'll draw 2 cards.
Yes.
1.
Would you like to explain the combo?
I will play a Jareth Mission, which ends the battlefield tap.
Twice. So it's like, is it untapped?
So target opponent loses 2 life.
Who will it be?
It's Jamin.
Why me? I just gave you a treasure.
I also drain for 1.
I'll draw another card with my ring.
I will sacrifice my messenger Yagmoth. It goes into the graveyard. It comes back because of Undying. Then everybody loses 1, and you lose 2. But also I put a -1 on my sun counter on my Undying creature. So now I would choose my other Undying creature, sacrifice it. It comes back. You all lose 1. I gain 1. And I will remove a counter from my Undying creature. So the smart people from all of you at home, not them.
What's going on?
I don't understand.
Did we win?
Get it? Can I cast my Psalm Simulacrum now?
Okay, yes. So, as you might have realized, that makes me to having 2 Undying creatures entering the battlefield over and over again, which makes Ayara trigger over and over again, and that leads, as promised, all of you will disappear. I win! Woo! Andrea, you're getting 100 euros! And all of this without Soul Ring.
I had like 60 permanents on the board.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have won.
I really thought you were going to win. I was going to play a Psalm Simulacrum and pass. Who would have thought that Torolf would just pop off and win the game right under your nose?
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to expect that from a Yagmoth deck, but
True.
whatever. What you don't always expect of a Yagmoth deck is that it just adds 100 euro to your card market account. But that's exactly what will happen to you, Andrea, because we will credit you 100 euro on card market.
And also, Gabrielle, Yuri, and Ben, you all get 25 euro for submitting the decks and we picked them.
Yeah, we wouldn't want to leave anyone empty-handed. Talking about leaving anyone empty-handed, you don't want to leave us empty-handed, so please do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, because it keeps you updated about the videos we put out and it helps the channel in the future. Also, if you'd like to leave any feedback, talk to us through the comments below, because that's the best way that we can know what you'd like to see in future videos. With that being said, us two will see you in the next video.
Bye!